All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Eddie Martins by name. I'm the one taking you through this webinar class for lab management and organization, supply chain system, and biorisk management. This course, as a whole, is this with laboratory management generally. So it cuts across every aspect of laboratory management. So I'll be introducing the course today. Then subsequent classes will go deeper into the things that we need to discuss as far as this course is concerned. But I need your full attention, and I need you to pay attention to every little thing. I'll be showing you my slide as possible as I can from this end. Then at the same time, I'll need your feedbacks in terms of question, so that you can put your questions up at the point whereby you can ask questions. There's a corner there. There's a cursor on this app where you can readily ask questions. So I will quickly go to. Sorry, I'm about to share my screen so that you can see. Just give me a few time. I'm about to share my screen. Okay. I'm very sure you can see my screen now. Yeah. So you can see my screen from me. So quickly, let's take a look at laboratory management and organization, supply chain system, and biorisk management. So this whole course is, has a lot of things within it. So we'll just quickly take a look at what is laboratory management first before we proceed. Laboratory management involves the overseeing and optimizing the operation of a laboratory to ensure efficiency, accuracy, and adherence to quality standard. I'll take it again. Laboratory management involves overseeing and optimizing the operation of a laboratory to ensure efficiency, accuracy, adherence to quality and standard. Now, before I proceed, I must let you understand that the reason why you're studying this course is you're a laboratory student, and the progression of your studying in this course is to make you to be not only a technician or not only a laboratory scientist, but someone who is versatile in knowledge of laboratory experience to a level whereby you can man up or you can manage a laboratory on your own without being compelled, without any issues, with no effect of low standard production. So laboratory management involves the overseeing and optimizing the operation of a laboratory to ensure efficiency. Number one, efficiency. to ensure efficiency. Number two, accuracy and adherence to quality standard. Don't forget those three information. Number one, efficiency. Number two, accuracy. Then number three, adherence or compliance to quality standard. So you can't talk about laboratory management without talking about these three factors. These three factors is what laboratory management is all about. These three factors are the factors that the laboratory management is all about. The efficiency, the accuracy, and adherence and compliance to quality standard. Now, if you were able to be, if you are efficient enough in your dealings and your measurements are not accurate, it will affect your quality production. There's something called quality control. We're still going to touch it in the course of the introduction today. You realize that most of the time, the reason why in production sphere generally, the reason why people or some products go went into extinction was just because their quality standard wasn't in the right place. And that's why you see that it's possible that a product is out at the season and the product is no more available in market. Why? Because it's not measuring up with quality. In fact, there are cases whereby the lot of things that happen to some products, you realize that the government of the nation will have to place ban on some of those place a ban on some of these some of the products. So why will somebody start a business in a few number of days or start a production in a particular place and you realize that the place is closed up? So as a laboratory student or as a technician that you're becoming, or as a lab scientist that you're becoming, you must have a full knowledge of this laboratory management so that you, number one, you don't cause issue for your employer. Number two, at the same time, you won't mess up yourself being an employer, or you won't mess up yourself as an employee. Because you see, one thing about life is when you're doing anything or you set up anything, people believe that you are a principal person in that field, that you know all it takes, you understand all it takes to become who you were to be in that field. So quickly, let's take the key aspect of laboratory management. I'll be taking you through about 9 outline keys that I highlighted from there, and I'll explain them one after the other. Please, I need your full attention. As a technician, you must get to know all these things. I need you to know all these things. Now, number one, and this key aspect I'm going to mention is more of ethics or roles or responsibility of a technician or a scientist. I mean, a lab scientist or a lab technician. So you must have a full understanding of this key aspect of laboratory management as I outlined them. Number one is enforcing high standard of quality control to guarantee that the precision and dependability of test findings. And this involves adhering to defined protocols, that's one, testing proficiency, and routine equipment calibration. Routine equipment calibration. I'll take it again. Enforcing high standard of quality to guarantee the precision and dependability of test findings. This involves adhering to defined protocols, testing proficiency, and routine equipment calibration. Your first assignment as a laboratory manager or a laboratory, don't forget, one beautiful thing about um, laboratory field is that it is so experimental in nature. At any place that you were, you can, you are like you are responsible for everything that happens in that place. So it doesn't matter, maybe you are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, or even more than 10, that you're working in a particular sphere. As long as you're in that laboratory, you are a manager there. So whatever section you're being placed into, you're responsible for whatever that happens there. So you must take it up as if it's your laboratory. So that's what this first point is saying: enforcing high standard of quality control to guarantee the precision and dependability of the test findings. I said it involves the adhering to defined protocols, testing proficiency, and routine equipment. You must make sure that the quality control standard is not tampered with. The quality control standard must not be tampered with. From the testings, the protocols, the proficiency of the testing, that's the quality. The proficiency of the testing, then the routine equipment calibration. Don't forget that you're going to be using different equipments. Now you can mention as many as possible: centrifuge, autoclave, all those materials need calibration. You want to talk about the spectrophotometer, atomic mass spectrometer, photometry. You need to bring them into a place of calibration. Every of those equipment I've mentioned and many more need to be calibrated before you get to start using them. So of course, if you don't do this calibration, you realize that your experiment or your testing, your findings will not be efficient enough. It won't be efficient enough. It won't be efficient. So let's take the next slide. The next slide is saying number 2 points. The second point is hiring and educating, supervising a group of knowledgeable laboratory workers. This factor is essential to make sure that employees have the most recent training, certifications, and safety procedures. As a laboratory manager, you must engage yourself in hiring that's why I said these factors I'm showing you right now is going to expose you to your role as a laboratory manager. It includes role, it includes responsibility, it involves ethics. So there are a lot, about 3 things are packed into the key aspect of being a laboratory manager. I said hiring, educating, supervising a group of knowledgeable laboratory workers. And I said it is essential to make sure employees have the most recent training, certification, and safety procedures. So as a laboratory manager, your responsibility is, number 1, hiring staffs, and not just ordinary staffs, hiring knowledgeable staffs. And you don't stop at the place of hiring them. When you place them in the system of this laboratory, they also need to be educated. So they need to be educated. You need to supervise them. You need to checkmate them if they are doing what is required of them. And that's where supervision comes in. So you are hiring, you are responsible for hiring, educating, and supervising. And how do you do that? Is by making sure that they are updated in their training, they're updated in their certification, and they go by the safety procedure that was given to them. As a laboratory manager, don't forget you are the manager in this place. And a lot of you hire different kind of people from different kind of sphere of life. Um, they profess themselves to be a professional, but you can't know if they are professional until they get to the field. So even after you hire them, you need to educate them on what is required of them and supervise them if they implement the safety procedures that you've taught them. If they implement the procedures, the testing procedures that is required of them. Number 3, I said keeping abreast of advancement in laboratory technology and instrumentation. Instrumentation is talking about the analytical procedures of instrumentation is the analytical procedures used in laboratory, every day-to-day laboratory exercise. Instrumentation. So you must keep in mind advancement in laboratory technology. Not that because you were used to a particular procedure or you're used to the use of a particular instrument or equipment in the laboratory for a particular test, and you don't feel like okay, there's no need for advancement. We are used to this one. Now, one of the things you must understand is there's progression in advancement of technology. So as a laboratory manager, you also must move in the direction of the advancement in technology. There was a time that viral tests is not being conducted the way it was right now. And even if you visited the recent modern laboratory, you realize that some of the equipment they are using for viral tests, in those days, if you want to take a viral test, it's going to take months before you can get the results. Different kind of sometimes you come and they said that okay, we are sorry, we need to take the sample again. But now there's an advancement now. There's a huge advancement because there are some equipment used in laboratory right now that some of your tests can be ready in the next seconds that the sample has been collected. Before now, the likes of your volume, blood volume, the volume of your blood, getting to know okay, how much volume of blood you have in your system. In those days, takes about hours or days. They tell you come and collect your results after 2 days or after 3 days. But now, in space of 5 minutes, some equipment are available, will do the analysis for you, centrifuge it on time, get the everything into its place, and you're done in just few seconds or few minutes. So you must advance. You must really advance in your knowledge of the laboratory technologies and the instrumentation that are involved. Number 4, as a laboratory manager, you must create an effective workflow to improve overall productivity, optimizing procedures, and shortening the turnaround times. And this includes effective sampling handling management and result reporting. So your sampling and your sampling handling management must be so effective, and your result reporting must be effective. Mind you, one of the reasons why you're a manager is, I'll still touch that point in a few seconds now. Don't forget you're relating with people and you're a manager. So you must be able to manage not only staff, you must be able to manage the equipment, you must be able to manage the efficiency of your productivity. And that's why you're a manager. So you must be able to create an effective workflow to improve your productivity. Don't forget I told you that nobody's going to see you as a technician or a laboratory manager and believe that you're a novice. Everybody sees you as a professional. So you must prove it that truly you are a professional in the way you handle your samples, the way you report your result. So let me take the next point. Number 5, I said developing and managing the laboratory budget efficiently. This includes the cost-effective procurement of supplies, equipment, and maintaining financial sustainability. And maintaining financial sustainability. Implementing and enforcing strict safety protocols to protect personnel and maintaining a secure working environment. And this includes the proper handling and disposal of hazardous material. I'm on number 6 right now. Implementing and enforcing strict safety protocols to protect personnel, that's the staffs, and maintaining a secure working environment. And I said it includes the proper handling and disposal of hazardous material. If care is not taken, if you don't implement and enforce strict safety protocols, your laboratory will be messed up. And not only messed up, you always have casualty. So you must make sure that it's the implementation of the safety protocols is held at a high level of proficiency. The safety protocols must be adequately adhered to. It must be adequately adhered to. The number 7, I said establishing a robust system for data collection. A robust system for data collection. A robust system for data collection. A robust system for data collection, data storage, and analysis. What I mean by that is ensuring the data integrity, confidentiality, accessibility, and critical components of laboratory management. Establishing a robust system for data collection, storing, analysis, ensuring data integrity, confidentiality, accessibility, and critical component of laboratory management. You see, this is where knowledge and full knowledge of practices comes in. It is not only enough. I know some of you have been to laboratories and or maybe a medical sphere, or let me say medical complex, and you see how some staffs are acting, and which is not that okay. There must be a robust system for data collection. Why should you go to, or why should there be an occurrence that a patient comes to a laboratory, and at the end of the day, what the technician can tell the patient is that we are sorry, we misplaced your result, we can't find your results. It doesn't make sense. And that's one of the reasons why the factor I mentioned in number 4, number 3, that I said that you must advance. You must advance. So you must understand that world has moved away from paper and pen. As a laboratory manager, your data collection system must be very, very effective. Not only collecting, you must be able to have a database that stores the information you have, so that you can protect the integrity of your laboratory. And the failure to do that, what you are saying is you're not professional enough, and which could lead you to be sanctioned or your laboratory to be locked up. So you must make sure that there's a robust system for data collection, the storage, the analysis, and ensuring that the data you've collected are confidential enough and they are accessible for critical components of laboratory management. I go to the next point now. Number eight. I said providing excellent customer service. Yeah. Especially if the laboratory serves external clients. This involves effective communication, timely reporting, and addressing customer concern. Now, you might want to ask and say, why did I say especially if the laboratory service serves external clients? There are different kinds of laboratory. There are some laboratories that does not deal with, that doesn't deal with patients directly. So at this point, I don't need to tell you different types of laboratory. So you should know that there are different types of laboratory, different types of laboratory, different types of medical laboratory, different types of medical laboratory. So providing excellent customer service is very, very germane. Providing excellent customer service is very. Don't forget you're dealing with people. I told you the other time that while you're dealing, when you need as a manager, you're not only responsible for managing yourself, managing the laboratory, you're also responsible for managing individuals. And it comes from every part, even from your sample collection procedures, your effective communication with the customers, how you address them, your timely response to them. I witnessed a scenario some years ago. We went to a particular laboratory in a particular hospital complex to address for a particular checkup, and I made a case that there was this old individual, and the person had a very large body mass, and to an extent this person is not mobile. You know what I mean by mobile? The person is not mobile, so the person had to use a wheelchair and some other things, and there wasn't really no much more guide. The person doesn't have people around her, and it was just a medical assistant that was trying to help out in the procedure of moving this woman from one place to another. And I was looking at it all, and at a point, one of the laboratory staff had to shout on this woman because they complained, and I was pissed off because it is so obvious that this, with the look of things, I'm very sure that one of the conditions of this woman is the woman has a cardiovascular disease, and you know how funny cardiovascular disease can be, affecting some part of the nerves of the body and some other factors. So there's no effective communication. This shouting on customers is not a best way to address. That means you're not giving customer service by doing that. And that's why you, technician, you must be to not only calm, you must be emotionally well. You must be in dealing with people, communicating with customers, communicating even with fellow staffs. Your timely report, addressing customers' concern. Many of the cases, laboratory technician will just leave the patient there, not attending to them. They will sit down for hours and they'll be there complaining, lamenting, and it doesn't make sense. Then the last point I'm going to be sharing here for today is encouraging a culture of continuous improvement by fostering innovation, staying informed about industry best practice, and regularly evaluating and updating laboratory procedure. That goes back to one of the points I've mentioned the other time. You must ensure that the culture of the laboratory is not tampered with. Is not tampered with. So you must make sure that the improvement of the laboratory is being fostered very, very solid to a level whereby innovations can come in place, then people can stay informed about the industry best practices, and to make so that your laboratory will be the top notch of the community, so that your laboratory will be the top notch of the community in terms of services and an efficient management in the organization of laboratory works. Let me just attend to probably just 2 questions. Can I get questions from you? Questions? You have something you want to ask about what I've shared today? You've got something to ask on what I shared today? You've got questions? Quickly. I'm almost out of time, so quickly ask your questions so that I can attend to them. Quickly ask your question. I saw somebody raising, and please there's a part whereby you can make use of, you can ask questions on that same app. You should be able to ask questions from the other hand. You should be able to ask questions from the other hand. I'm on here, please. I'm expecting you to ask questions. I await your questions. I await your questions. Okay. I haven't gotten any questions so far. All right. If I couldn't get any. So this laboratory management as a whole, the purpose of this laboratory management is to make sure that there's an effective laboratory deals with the effective laboratory management is essential rather for delivering accurate and reliable results, meeting regulatory requirements, ensuring that the overall success of the laboratory mission is achieved. So I'm maybe Martinez once again. It's good to have you here. We'll meet next class. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.